Welcome to another episode of DommeNation. I'm Mistress Marley.
And I'm Ashley Page. Or Daddy if you're dirty. We're so happy to have you guys back for another episode. This is like, we keep upping the ante. I'm feeling us so much right now.
This
like Black History Month is on and popping.
Yes, this is the golden episode.
Golden. God. So, we were in a very particular mood. Got all these little bitches here that are so happy and horny for submission and domination and all of the sadistic things that we're going to indulge in.
As they should be.
Yeah, right. It's a good place to be, right, guys?
Yes, Daddy.
But we wanted to give you guys a hands-on demonstration of a few things that we indulge in when we're exploring our femdom wiles, and wanted to give you a little example of how it is that you can go about actually making this shit work for you.
Exactly, because we can talk about it all day, but you guys need to see it.
Yeah, I think so. So, before we deep dive into all of the ness, because there's a lot happening here, take note. But before we dive into all of that, let's get into the King Story of the Week.
Ooh, I love the King Story of the Week. That's my favorite thing.
Right?
I like every week for this.
I anticipate this segment. This is like one of my favorite things, and you always come through with some madness. So hit me with it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, King Story of the Week. Let's talk about a little impact, okay? So basically, I do different tours, different classes in different cities, and my last class in Atlanta, I lined all the women up and just went down the row and just flogged the hell out of them. Just flogged them by their pain tolerance, just seeing them, move and flinch. I even had some people that were good at taking pain, challenge me a little bit. So just that, it was just so kinky in itself. And I love working with women as bottoms. It just does something to me. It just turns me on. It just makes my pussy wet,
Yes.
So that's my King Story of the Week. I feel like nothing else needs to be further explained. Just know I whip some nice, beautiful asses.
And so let me just say, I've been like perving on your content lately, as one does. And you've been doing your thing, girl. Like whooping some ass, beating some ass, making them call your name.
I take notes from this one.
She lying.
This is the master of perversion.
Well, that I'll take.
Of course you would, you pervert.
I know it's me. So, yummy. First of all, yummy. Whooping ass.
Okay.
Whooping fem ass.
Okay.
Whooping all the ass. Like I'm here for it. I do have a King Story of the Week. I just got off of, honestly, I'm still coming down from the high of Kink Out. Which was this weekend. So many feelings. It brings up all of my nasty little kinky joys, and it was wonderful to have that opportunity to engage with everyone in that way, and just also to have a fucking community, right? Kink Out, if you're hungry for more kink spaces that you can go and explore and really mix and meddle with people that are of a like mind, regardless of what end of the spectrum of kink and play and all of the fetish exploration that you are, Kink Out is a solid choice. And they keep doing, their events just keep getting better and better and better.
Oh my God, the jealousy I felt from watching the video and not being there. I hated myself.
But next time you're gonna be there.
Oh, of course. But I did hate myself for not being there.
I mean, you
did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. But I'm coming off of the high of that, and one of the things that I really enjoyed. So I was on stage with 3 phenomenal Black women, Martine Phoenix, as well as Z Royale, and we had this flogging performance, and Z came on and they gave kind of this body percussion kind of meditation, along with the performance that was happening. It was this beautiful kind of entanglement of just them energy. And then after the performance, the floor opened up, and there were just people that were coming on stage regardless of their experience, right, or their kink level, and coming on stage and getting flogged and really just exploring that. And it's always interesting when you have an audience, because that does change the way in which you're engaging with yourself, with your partner, with your kink. But it was just it was such a powerful vortex.
Okay, now I'm really jealous.
It was
meditation and kink. Now wait a minute.
It was powerful. It was powerful. And I'm feeling mad inspired. So like, I'm really happy that we are here doing this hands-on demonstration with all of these beautiful subs, bottoms, because not everybody identifies as submissive, you know, all of these beautiful folks that are just like here and ready to like go in.
Yes.
Yeah, so like,
excited.
Yeah, I feel inspired. And also, I want all of you viewers and kinky perverts at home to get excited too. And I want you to start exploring more of your impact and fetishistic desires, however they may present themselves.
Exactly.
There's clearly a dynamic here, right? You can tell who's a D type, dominant, who's an S type, or even a switch in this dynamic. You can see that very clearly. And something that we wanted to kind of jump into is like, how do you actually get into this kink? How do you really explore it, set up a scene, negotiate boundaries, and kind of like explore DS in a contained but safe and open, non-judgmental way? Well, here it is. So everybody here that we talked to, we had like a small discussion, a brief like interview of sorts to figure out where is it that everybody stood with the things that we wanted to explore, and also how is it that everyone identifies. And one of the things, you know, from the first episode with the kink quiz, like, how is it you identify?
Exactly.
Like, we know for a fact Miss Marley here is a sensual sadist and does it well.
That's a little movement down your back.
Right. You know, like, you can indulge in whatever kind of play it is that you want to without necessarily compromising your identity in any way, you know?
Exactly. And we know Miss Ashley over here is a sadist. She loves that pain.
Little old me.
She loves being daddy. Loves being a femme daddy. Loves it. And I love that about her.
I do.
And that's the whole thing. And we talked about that last episode too, of finding your archetype, your personality, who you are, staying true to who you are in all of this.
Right. And this is the process, like jumping in and figuring out what works, what fits for you, you know? All of these folks here, even though they are S types, submissive, switches, whatever, bottoms for this specific indulgence, everybody here is fucking human. This is gonna be a lot of fun. And like, one thing I want to get across is that even though we might hit all sides of the spectrum, get into some intense shit, just being able to share space is really nice.
Yes.
You know, and just being able to show gratitude for that without any kind of like ego or anything. Just, it doesn't have to be that serious, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Show your appreciation.
Yeah.
It's okay for doms to show their appreciation to their subs. I think there's a stereotype that, oh, we can't connect with them or we are only using them for what they need to be used for. It's way beyond that. Like we said in the beginning, they're still humans. We still appreciate them for their time and for serving us and all that good stuff.
Hello, all our natty little bitches.
Girl, little
Hello,
toys.
Natty.
Look at them. Oh, wow. Love this.
Yes, so good.
So is everyone comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now you know the rules, right? You communicate. Ongoing communication
Exactly.
is everything.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's right.
Okay? There's no need to take more than you can. And don't you dare let my foot fall again.
Yes, sir.
You keep my heel in your shoulder.
Thank you, Daddy.
Just like
Good boy.
that. Yeah. So, I have a boot fetish.
Good boy.
I always have. Having my boots licked and cleaned and sucked, spit shined, they make me very happy.
Oh, I love it.
But I'm also an asshole. And I want you to lick the bottom of my boot.
Yes, Daddy.
Lick it clean.
Oh, yes. Love it.
Now this one's a slut, obviously.
Oh, I can see.
Hungry for it all.
Good slut.
Right? And you're trying to be modest. You don't want to lick the bottom of my boot?
Oh, I
Communicate.
prefer not. That's okay, Daddy?
See? That's all.
And that's what we like. Communicating consent, ongoing consent, negotiation.
That's all it takes.
Important.
And it doesn't even interrupt the mood. It's still sexy. It's still fun. Now, of course they know, regardless of anything, they have their safe words,
Of course.
right? And the easiest way to go about safe words until you get really
Good boys.
really comfortable with your kinks. Traffic light system, red, yellow, super easy. Verbal cues, non-verbal cues, you need to have those. Because sometimes you want to add a little bit more to the mix. And things can get really intense quickly.
Thank you, sir.
Lean into my boob.
Yes, Daddy.
Lean further.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, I know you're not a weak
I
little
need to
bitch,
hear
are
thank
you?
yous.
No, Daddy.
No? See, my honorific is Daddy. What is your honorific, Mistress Marley?
I just like to be called Mistress or Your Highness.
Thank you, Daddy.
It's good also.
Regardless of how you want to play, you don't have to be so cruel. You can be sensual, sadistic. Hell, sometimes you don't even need to lay your hand on anybody, and you can just indulge in psychological, kinky, submissive exchange. So what does psychological play mean? What does that look like? It can be anything as simple as you commanding your submissive, your bottom, to stand up.
Yes, Daddy.
And don't look at me. You're not worthy of making eye contact with me.
Yes, Daddy.
So simple.
Fucking love it.
Body worship, thigh
Fucking love
worship,
it.
ass worship.
Love it.
All sensual exchanges, sensual demonstrations of power exchange, of fetishization. What better way to show your goddess that you adore every inch of her being than to shower her with praise and worship? Not everything has to be so intense. And still you're collared, you know your place.
Good boys.
And you're rewarded.
Exactly. Appreciation can still be ongoing.
So you have an idea of sensual play, you have an idea of sadistic torture and manipulation. We've tapped into some psychological play, the honorifics, the DS, maintaining positions and protocol without any sort of outside assistance. But you know
Just
what?
like how she is.
One thing we have yet to touch on is one of our favorite subjects, something that Mistress Marley here is fairly proficient at. Findom.
Findom. Love it. I'm obsessed with Findom, guys. I probably talk about it every day of my life. I probably dream about Findom, actually. So with Findom, right, negotiating scenes is a bit different than Femdom, right? So in Findom, you're more so negotiating online. You're more so negotiating budget. What can they spend? What can they give you? How much of their wallet do you own? That's what happens with Findom. And in Findom, something common that happens is what we call a wallet drain.
Get that cash out. And show us just how much you can be a little pay picky. Make us proud. So there's so many
Fucking
things.
money.
I love money.
Rub it on me. Fucking rub it on me.
You can focus, can't you? You can multitask. Where's your cash? You're not putting it to use. There's this
fucking
beautiful
money.
fucking
Rub it on
gorgeous
me.
black woman here, and you're
Sorry,
not.
Daddy, I was told to lie on the floor.
Rub it on my ass.
Yes, Daddy.
You can't multitask. Oh, you poor little bitch. You're gonna have to do better, aren't you?
Sorry, Daddy.
Are you? Are you?
Yes, Daddy. I'm sorry.
Then show it. Bring those cash.
Rub your money
Bring
on
that
me.
bill back up.
What are you
Yes,
doing?
Daddy.
Rub it all on me.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
I still see bills.
Sorry, Daddy.
What are you doing? Use your hands.
It's so dirty.
Put
It's
them
so
where they belong.
The money is so fucking dirty. It's so fucking good.
There's so many ways to just get what you want.
Thank you. Sorry.
So many things. But you know what? With every scene, regardless of whether it's findom, it's sensual, it's sadistic, or you're just making someone suffer till like all of the air is drained out of their lungs and they're begging you for mercy, regardless of how far you go, you always need aftercare.
Thank you.
Aftercare is essential.
Just like that.
Now,
Get in line.
ideally, you find out with your bottom what your submissive enjoys as aftercare beforehand. Because why start playing if you don't know how to hold the space after the fact, right?
Face sitting like
And that's one of the things I love most. No one can hear them scream if their ass. If there's a full ass on their face. But all of y'all have been so good. And like, I feel like we really put them to work. Like barely, but also like, made them work a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
And I think all of them are deserving of a little bit of love, a little bit of tenderness. A little bit of care, if you will. You can breathe, can't you?
Yes.
Do you smell my pussy? You smell my fucking cunt right on your chin, don't you? Yeah, you lucky, lucky little bitch, you.
Fucking love it, don't you?
Now, bottoms always get aftercare. It's like, it's essential. You brutalize them. They're deserving of love. And everybody enjoys aftercare a little bit differently. So we're gonna ask each one of these little bitches what aftercare means for them. Because they've been so good, we might as well let them participate a little bit, right? It's only right. Can you multitask, Brucey Brew? But not everybody is the same. And you've been playing for quite some time, so I'm pretty sure that your aftercare has changed over the years.
Yes, it has.
Yeah?
Yes.
So you're service oriented.
Yes.
What are you? What's your aftercare look like? Slave? Bitch?
Normally I play privately, Daddy, so it's more cuddling.
Okay, more sensual.
Yes.
More
Yes,
touch
Daddy.
focused.
Yes, Daddy. And talking.
And talking.
Maybe some food.
Yeah, food is good, right?
Yes, Daddy.
Food is essential. Also, are you enjoying the view?
I love the
So
view. Thank you,
Because it's
Daddy.
just nothing but pussy.
It's stunning,
Nothing but
Daddy.
pussy.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh yeah, I
Thank you,
know.
Daddy.
She's lovely. So we have service-oriented, aftercare, food, sensual touch, conversation.
Thank you, Daddy.
What does your aftercare look like?
I like to stretch.
I want to assume that said stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cuddle.
Stretching and cuddles. Yeah.
And enjoy.
And a joint.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
the best
can
answer
definitely
yet.
be aftercare.
I agree with that one too.
Yeah.
That's the best answer yet.
And what about you?
Thank you. I enjoy being told I was a good little slut.
Thank you, Daddy.
And I enjoy sensual touching, just being held and knowing that I'm safe.
You have been good little sluts.
Thank you, Dad.
All of you have been good little sluts.
Thank you.
Oh, this one I love, right? She's wonderful. So figure out, what does aftercare look like for you? What brings you joy? What makes you feel warm and cozy and safe? Especially after engaging in exchanges like this. What makes you feel whole after the fact? Because whether you're a dom, a sub, a bottom, or a top, or anything in between, masochist, a sadist, whatever, we all need to feel human. We need to step back into our bodies after this, because you are not the role, you are not just the way that you identify in a kink dynamic.
Thank you, sis.
And one thing that I want to get across more than anything, because subs so often forget this, Doms need aftercare too.
Oh, exactly.
Daddies and mommies and mistresses and sadists and tops need aftercare as well. And one of the things that you have to do when you are engaging in all of these kinky activities is making sure that you're holding space for yourself as well. So one of the things, like I said, aftercare for me, I like to talk to my submissives, my play partners. I want them to tell me what they liked. I want them to tell me what turned them on. I want to eat some food, maybe have a drink, smoke a little blunt, and really just converse with the human that I just exchanged energy with. That is my top aftercare. That's my Dom aftercare. And also touch. Touch makes me feel like I am back in my body, and I love that.
Exactly.
You know?
My aftercare, same thing she touched on. Just being able to talk, whether it's to talk about what the fuck just happened in the scene or to talk about how's the fucking weather. Just to talk. Hugs. I'm a hugger, naturally. So just to give you a hug, just to tell you that you were good, just to hear compliments of how good I did. That's big on aftercare for me. Just the appreciation, the verbal appreciation is big for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's nice to feel like appreciated, honestly, and seen. And that's one of the joys of kink. So we hope that you choose to take our advice, heed our advice, and start exploring a little bit more. Figuring out what works for you, what doesn't. And what works for you and your play partners and what doesn't. And holding space for everything that comes up in between. You can, of course, hit us up with your questions, and we will have a Q&A section on the next episode. Be sure to email us your questions at askdomnation@gmail.com. Or, you know, slide into our DMs, hit us up, because we be doing the thing.
Right, available all week. We'll take your questions all week. Just make sure they're actually relevant questions. Don't ask for my phone number, because it's not gonna happen.
You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it.
Unless it comes with a deposit.
Right. With some digits behind it. But that's another conversation.
Okay.
But be sure to ask us your questions. Reach out. We don't bite unless, of course, you want us to. But tune in again next month, because we're coming at you with another episode, and we're only going to get even deeper into femdom and findom and sex work and all of the things that fall under the umbrella that is
Everything you want to hear.
Yeah. So be sure to follow, subscribe, retweet, repost, show us your love. You can follow us at Kink Media Group on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
And then, of course, you will see more of us. I am Ashley Page. My Twitter is Ashley Page NYC, and my Instagram is mistress_Ashley Page. So be sure to reach out. I'm friendly.
And I'm Mistress Marley. My Instagram is the Chocolate Dom. That's DOMME. And my Twitter is at eyes, like your eyeballs, X on fire. And I'm pretty much friendly too, you know. Just don't rush when you're feeling entitled that I should talk to you. It'll come when it comes.
Indeed. For now, you guys start playing and tell us all about it, you filthy fucking animals.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.